beside that, your consent of being part of the webinar, a little bit about the structure of this talks. We have a presenter each time that presents a topic, and it's up to 45 minutes. It all depends. It could be 20, could be 30, could be up to 45 minutes about a certain topic that are presented by someone, and afterwards you are able to ask questions, give remarks, and things like that. We have had different topics for the different meetings. It's actually this 14th in a row of webinars, the STARS Talks, this one. This one is about a new thematic interest group that we have, and this one therefore is very interesting for us due to that the theme of the talk is on inclusion and social justice, a very important issue, and an important issue for the Alliance, and it should be something that we consider in everything that we do, regardless of all the activities going on in the different ways in the Alliance, but also at our universities and in our daily and working life. So if there aren't any further questions, I would like to introduce today's speaker, Dorina Gjipali. She is a professor in law at Aleksandër Moisiu University in Durrës, which is a partner of the STARS EU Alliance. Dorina is also a member of the steering committee for the STARS EU Alliance, and are co-leading this important thematic group. And she has been willing to present this new group and inform a little bit about the group and which kind of activities are planned and are going to have. So with this and no further ado, please, Dorina, the floor is yours. Please inform us about what you are doing and what's happening regarding the inclusion and social justice.
Thank you very much, Gunnar, and good afternoon to everyone. It's really a pleasure for me to welcome you in this STARS Talk, and I thank you very much, all of you, for joining this session that, as Gunnar mentioned, is about inclusion and social justice, one of the newest big thematic interest groups in the STARS EU Alliance. I am Dorina Gjipali, and I represent the University Aleksandër Moisiu of Durrës, and I will try to introduce you the best I can today the thematic interest group on inclusion and social justice. I'm going to share a presentation that I've prepared. So, as I mentioned, it's a very new TIC. We began the work with this TIC in a group representing each institution, the 9 institutions, the 9 universities, part of the STARS EU Alliance. And it's a pleasure for me to mention that it's even a special TIC because all the other 8 TICs, in total 9, that are more focused not on social sciences. So I want to welcome each of you. And as you see in the introduction, this is a map of the 9 universities taking part in this STARS EU Alliance and collaborating together in these initiatives. I want to begin with some words, some introduction about the STARS EU, what aims. The STARS EU Alliance aims to develop an alliance that is engaged with all the 9 universities to establish and to create a new future oriented for the students, to have innovative, flexible, and diverse challenge faced and based educational research systems that can contribute to the green and digital transition and sustainable development of our regions, our 9 European regions. The agenda of this meeting is focused in 5 main points. The first will be the overview of this thematic interest group, focused on the mission, on the goals, on the objectives that we have as a thematic interest group, the importance for our societies about the inclusion and the social justice, what we have planned as initiatives for the next years, for this and the next years, our key priorities, and the opportunities for collaboration internally in the TIC with our members, externally with the other TICs, internally and externally with all the 9 universities, and why not with everyone that is interested to be part of this TIC and to collaborate with us. At least we will have a small discussion, if we have time, related to the inclusion and social justice barriers in all. Beginning with the overview of this thematic interest group, the mission and the goals. What is a thematic interest group? It's a platform with a group of people, mainly researchers, teachers, and lecturers, professors interested in social issues, address issues of inequality in this case, in this TIC, inequity and lack of access, lack of opportunities, of barriers for individuals and communities. Our foundation as TIC is grounded in the belief that inclusion and equity are essential for sustainable development and cohesive societies. So this TIC aims to empower most of all the marginalized groups, to foster opportunities, to reduce all the barriers across regions and communities, and for the individuals to have equal opportunities. Our mission statement is to foster inclusion, advance social equity, and address systematic inequalities. This mission is based on our vision to build inclusive societies through knowledge sharing, innovation, and collaboration. And this vision is based on the EU values. We promote the EU values, including solidarity, freedom, and equality. Which are our specific objectives? First of all, to strengthen the existing cooperation and collaboration among the STARS-EU universities, to develop new courses and training programs and blended intensive programs, to foster new research collaboration, new research groups, new research projects, new research possibilities for all the people engaged, to encourage mostly of all mobility opportunities for students and staff, a professional development through trainings and workshops and conferences for all our educators, teachers, professors, professionals, and so on. And last but not less important, to address all the issues faced by our regions regarding minorities, migrants, marginalized groups, and so on. Based on these specific objectives, we have found and put together some key priorities that are based on the priorities of the STARS-EU Alliance, where are focused all the thematic interest groups. The first priority is to bridge digital divides and advance digital inclusion so that all people have access to digital knowledge, to transfer digital knowledge. Promoting gender equality and addressing inequalities, support the green transition, one of the main priority areas that we have, through equitable approaches, and empower the youth, our students, and fostering civic engagement, how our universities can foster our third missions, our contribution to our communities, to our societies. So these key priorities helped us then, and the objectives, to, in collaboration with all the members of the TIC, to have a strategic agenda, a strategic operation agenda that was presented in the steering committee and was approved. And we are going on with this strategic operation agenda for our activities in this year and in the next years for 2024-2027 that will guide all our actions as Thematic Interest Group. Which are the key focus areas that includes this strategic operation agenda? The first of all is the access to legal assistance. As you know, social justice, most of all, is access justice. So how we can provide legal support to our communities, to marginalized groups, to people that don't have the possibility to be to have access to justice. Second, education equity. Build inclusive education systems with programs, academic programs, with trainings, and also with blended intensive programs. Social inclusion in terms of supporting these groups with our knowledge, with our activities, with our actions, how we can support the groups and the communities each of us represents, and all of us together with what we can do. Community engagement in terms of volunteerism, how we can encourage the civic responsibility of our students, of our staff, of our universities, so that we can contribute more. And professional development in terms of enhancing skills of lecturers, of teachers, of students, of professionals that are interested in contributing, of all the people interested in our society, to enhance their skills for a better and equal community and society. This is the strategic operation agenda. So these are the areas that includes the strategic operation agenda for 2024-2027. But I want to stop just a bit in the importance. Why we choose inclusion and social justice was a big debate at the beginning for how to name in the steering committee this TIC. And we were sure about inclusion, because inclusion, as we know, is a priority, even in the EU in these days, and all in the academic programs and everywhere we talk today about inclusion. But what is inclusion? How we can define inclusion? Inclusion is about creating an environment where all individuals feel valued, have the equal opportunities, the same opportunities to participate and contribute in the society, in the university, in the classroom, everywhere. And as I said, we were sure about inclusion, but what else? Inclusion and social justice, because without the legal aspects, it's more difficult to talk about inclusion. So social justice is the view that everyone deserves on equal economic, political, and social rights and opportunity. The both of that, how can impact our communities? And what is the next perspective? What we are going to change, what we are expecting? The first of all, I think that talking about impact is a positive impact. Today, promoting, talking, taking actions about inclusion and social justice for all the individuals and all our communities. We have to talk and to discuss more about these important issues. And for the perspective, how can we create an approach to inclusion and social justice? An approach that is comprehensive, that is collaborative, that is for all. So I wanted to stop about the importance of this because it's in this point that we began our work as TIC. What we have planned as initiatives. And what about collaboration opportunities in this TIC? When we talked about actions, there was a lot of possibilities what actions to take in this TIC, and all our colleagues and members of the TIC proposed a lot. But all the proposal can be gathered in three main points, in three key actions that we have in focus in our TIC. The first, the community empowered programs. How can we address the needs of our communities? Addressing the needs, we can take actions, and taking actions can empower communities, can be individuals and communities feel supported. Education, we talk about education. We are internal in our universities. We talk about the rights to education and so on. So about education, how can we foster the access to quality education for our students, to more learning opportunities? How can we support through our actions and initiatives the quality education that most of our universities has as priority to offer to our students quality education? Policy advocacy. As you already know, STARS-EU is based on regional universities. So our focus is also on our regions, supporting regional and national governance with policy advocacy, efforts for social justice, efforts for cooperating among STARS-EU in exchanging experiences, exchanging ways and possibilities. How can we have our impact in the policy advocacy? How can we support our regions in increasing their capacities, in being more near the community and the needs of the community? All these actions can be taken in several ways. We thought about the opportunities of joint research projects. We have one of our main objectives is to do joint research projects. Also, we will organize workshops and training sessions about the main priority areas that I talked about, regional development initiatives, and most of all PIPs. So in these terms, our planned initiatives focused and designed also in the strategic operation agenda have a lot of possibilities for all the people who be engaged in this TIC and to be engaged in our initiative. We will have the first in-person BIP. I'm sorry, but I didn't mention that I co-lead this TIC with Celia, that is my colleague from France Comté, and she is the person who designed the first in-person BIP, the Innovative Learning in Inclusion and Social Justice. We will have the first meeting in person in spring 2025. That will be in April, at the end of March and at the beginning of April. And the objective is a BIP that combine theoretical learning and practical application, how to promote inclusion and equity and social justice. We, as you know, will have online phases that there would be a lot of modules focused on the principles of inclusion and equity, and in-person phase that will be with interactive workshops, case studies, site visits, and so on. What we expect from this BIP, the first BIP in person, as a first initiative in this thematic interest group, to develop the best practice for inclusion policy design, to strengthen our intercultural collaboration and understanding among the participants. So it's a first step. I invite all of you, if you are interested, at the end of the presentation, I will leave my email if you're interested in taking part in this first BIP, in the online session first, and then in the in-person phase, to contact us and to be part of our meeting, our discussion in the TIC, so that all of you can be aware of our initiatives. Other future BIPs. After this BIP, we had several proposals, mostly from University Franche-Comté, but also from other universities, about some very interesting themes. So incapacitated and disabled people, sexual assaults of children against children, access to biomedical and digital health innovation. As you see, very important themes, very, very important issues to be discussed in these BIPs that will be organized very soon. If any of you, I will do a discussion session at the end, but any of you can interrupt me and ask anything. What about collaboration with other TICs? This TIC has all the potential, I think, for collaboration with other TICs within the STAR-EU network. How? By integrating all the principles, our mission and vision, with the various thematic areas of the other thematic interest groups. Only in this way, with interdisciplinary approach, with interdisciplinary collaboration, we can do most about our actions, our objectives, and the impact that we want to have as TIC. How we can collaborate. I've mentioned here most of the thematic interest groups that we have. I miss only one. We are 9, as I said. The collaboration with the digital transformation. How we can improve the digital literacy for unserved populations. What about the collaboration with the circular economy? Promoting sustainable practices. How we can promote this wonderful work that is doing the circular economy TIC. Energy transition, rising awareness about the importance of the energy in all, but the renewable energy especially. Entrepreneurship and innovation. Foster innovation for education and legal services. Innovation is a need for everyone, for every one of us, we need to foster day by day our skills about innovation and digital literacy. Arts and creativity industries, promoting cultural diversity, linguistical diversity, cultural diversity, and so on. Healthy aging, I mentioned there was a discussion about at the beginning about this TIC. One of the issues was, is this overlapping healthy aging? And we decided no, because we can develop community-based programs together, focusing on our missions and vision. So with living spaces also, how we can foster inclusive communities, building living spaces for inclusive communities. These are the key areas for collaboration with the other TICs of the SARS-EU Alliance. How our universities can help, how our universities can have a role in our initiatives. As you see, we are 9, and all of us can collaborate on research, to share our resources, to do joint teaching in terms of joint programs, in terms of double degrees, in terms of new training programs, and so on. How our universities can help the TICs to strengthen regional alliance and maximize the impacts, to create a ripple effect that fosters inclusion locally in our regions, and why not globally, beginning first in the European area and so on. So the role of our universities in putting forward the mission and the vision and the role of the Thematic Interest Group, very engaged people, very engaged researchers that want to do a lot in terms of research and of impact. So our universities are the first support to us to put things forward. Engagement opportunities, ways to engage, how we can engage with the TICS initiatives, how we can take part in the workshops or joint programs. We are very strong at the dissemination. If you follow our webpage, if you follow our social media, if you are aware of our newsletter, we talk a lot about initiatives, about TIC initiatives and all the alliance initiatives. So first of all, follow us if you don't in our follow our webpage and our social media. If you are interested to engage in this TIC and in the others also, you have to send an email to the responsible people. All the emails are on the webpage, and you can share your insights, your expertise, and take part in these meetings and discussions. Participate in the Future Star Talks. It's a very good possibility to stay connected, to stay informed, to take the possibility to discuss more on specific issues that we discuss. And I think that together, all of us can do a better work in promoting equity and create lasting change. Join TIC discussions, partner in regional projects, and attend Future Star Talks. As closing remarks, before I go to the discussion, is the call to action. Building inclusive and equal societies is our shared responsibility. First of all, of academia, first of all, of the students, first of all, of our universities, and then to the other parts of the society. So this TIC is very open to every collaboration space, to every possibility, ideas, projects, research groups, everyone that can make and give a contribution that can make the difference is very welcome. So I think that we can explore together and turn the vision that we have in the reality, in a real impact, ensuring for each and every individual to have the opportunities they deserve, first in our communities and in all the society. And not last, the STAR-CU. The STAR-CU is really a driver of change. Without the wonderful people working in this alliance with a lot of ideas, with a lot of desire to work, to contribute, to bring the change, this, I think, will not be possible. So I want to thank you very much for your attention. This is my contact, and you have also the STAR-CU webpage for the TIC, when you can see all the other TICs, but for the social justice, inclusion and social justice, this is the link. And my email for contacting me and my colleague Celia, that is in the webpage also, for every idea to share together, and I look forward for each of you to contact me and to share their ideas. So the discussion phase is open, and I invite all of you, if you have some comments, questions, everything that you want to share with me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dorina, for this rich and interesting presentation. I think that being almost the newest of the thematic interest groups, you've come a long way in a short time and conducted quite a lot of thoughts and initiatives and planning. So thank you for being so eager and developing this area. But like you said, we are opening up for comments and discussions at this point at the STAR talks. So I'm certain that there will be some people that want to ask and have any questions. So just please use the arm to get your attention, then I'll try to moderate in the order of people asking questions or giving comments. So the word's free, please. Okay, if nobody starts up, I could start up the discussion then. To begin with, Dorina, I was thinking about you have a lot of planning. You talked about a lot about the connection with the other thematic groups that are in this alliance and so on. But which and you already had a blended intensive program which you are planning. So I could start with the blended intensive program. I was thinking about which is the focus group of such a direct initiative. Is it for students? Is it for staff? If it's for researcher teachers, or is it for everybody? Or do you already have a target group for that one?
Thank you very much for this question. It's open to everyone, to students, PhD students, and lecturers, professors, and teachers who are interested in taking part. And as you mentioned, we want to collaborate, and the first collaboration we are going to do with the digital transition. We found the way to take meetings together, to invite each other in our discussions and meeting during the monthly meeting that we have generally in the thematic interest group. And yeah, this is the first way that we have found, but we also have people engaged in the other TICs, lecturers, researchers that have their research focused on some aspect of the inclusion and social justice that have contacted us and want to take part in our meetings. So, as I said, this TIC is open for everyone that is interested. And for all the participants in this TIC, I will have a question if you want to discuss together. What do you believe is the most significant barrier to achieve social inclusion in our communities? What is the most important barrier that we face?
Thank you, Dorina. That's a question for the attendees, the audience.
Yeah.
So please, your thoughts and comments on that.
If you think that there are barriers.
I would think that there are barriers, but please, yes.
Hello, thank you very much for the presentation. I imagine you're referring to education. Education is a very important way to address these issues that have been presented in this very clear presentation. And I do hope, I'm based in the University of Franche-Comté, so I do hope to see you in spring. And I'm currently already engaged, I am engaged in an action research project with teachers for migrant children arriving in France. So I hope that I'm sure I will find projects related to my area of interest. I hope I've responded right in suggesting education. Dorina?
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to hear this because the first online session will be me and my colleague Anna about integration and reintegration of migrants, and it's very, very good to hear about this. Thank you very much for your introduction.
If you're interested in this initiative on the first blended intensive program, I could see that Marieke has posted in the chat the PDF on the current content of that initiative. So those that are interested are able to get hold of the information. It's just in the chat of this Zoom meeting now already. So thanks Marieke. Any other thoughts? I know that there were people attending from many of the different partners. So I guess there will be different points of view from the different partners. Albert, were you wanting to have a comment? Please.
Oh, yes. First of all, thank you very much, Dorina, for your very enlightening information and presentation. Thank you. And I think for STARS-EU, it's a very important issue. And of course, it closely connects to European strategies on inclusion, social cohesion, and so on and so on. So that's fully in line with where we are heading ahead. What I was wondering if you, I have a lot of questions, but let's keep it to two. There are a lot of also European activities, initiatives in this field with special groups, programs, projects, platforms, and so on and so on. So it looks like very useful for STARS-EU to also connect to that because we can learn from it. And of course, we can also show our own results in this field. Did you discuss this, Dorina, in your TIC?
Thank you very much for your words and your suggestion. Yeah, we are talking a lot about the possibilities, how we can do. As I said, we are in the point to discuss about a research project, probably increasing capacities. And the second thing is that we wanted to do project more interdisciplinary. And we are talking about how we can 2 or 3 TIGs collaborate together and foster our engagement in this project. So thank you very much. Yes, we are discussing about all the initiatives and all the calls about these issues.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And then a remark on your work of working together with the other TIGs. And you were mentioning the fields like energy transition, etc. And of course, there is a very big community interest in these kind of issues. But I would like to see also some attention that when it comes to equality and cohesion, that these big transitions, they are in fact also dividing communities. Like when you look at digitalization, that's clear, and you are already mentioning it in your activity. But also when it comes to energy transition, nowadays you can see that people who can afford it, they drive electric cars, they can isolate their houses, they can buy new equipment, and others just keep driving in their old diesels because they don't have an option to change, you know. So that's also, and in all those big transitions, you can see this divide between, in fact, poor people and those who can afford to be there as a kind of front runner. So I think it would be very important if you think about it, also the content-wise work of energy transition and our position as universities in it, bringing innovations and so on and so on. Then I think it would be very important to also from this TIG view to have a special attention to it.
Thank you so much. A lot of ideas and a lot of possibilities. Thank you very much, Albert. We'll be in touch.
Okay, very good. And then just a last remark.
Yeah.
But it's also connected to this subject, and it's a bit more personal. But I was wondering what it meant. I looked around in Besançon when we were there, and then I saw one big white community of academics. That's what I saw. And then I thought, what does it mean for our activities in this field? And of course, we can have attention for refugees, etc., etc. But if you look at the academic world, and then I don't know if Besançon was representing how we are staffed as universities, but I found it remarkable. So that's just a remark to think on. But okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have to think about that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Albert. And it's still based on that even if we have a different background and cultures, where there's a majority of white people in our universities still. So of course there's one of the issues to be aware of and look into. Ekaterina, you wanted to have some comment or question as well, please. We can't hear you, Ekaterina. I see that you're talking, but...
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, just I'm trying to... just wanted to... So can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clearly now.
Yeah, okay. Thank you to Dorina for the presentation, and thank you to her for the collaboration, because I just wanted to add that in terms of collaboration and integrated work between the packages, we have just started collaboration between Working Package 7, tasks 7.2, which is on gender equality, diversity plan. And since this overlaps with the mission of the TIG, where Dorina and Anna are co-leaders on social justice, we are, let's say, ready to collaborate, and we have already started with a few meetings and ideas how to integrate Task 7.2 with the activities that you are organizing. Thank you.
Thank you, Katerina. Yes, it's true. It's true about the gender equality. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Katerina. Any other questions or comments based on the topic and the thematic interest groups to Dorina and others? If not, I have several, but I wouldn't want to be the one that speaks all the time.
Yeah, maybe each of us can bring here best practices that we have in our universities about inclusion, about being near to the communities and contributing to our communities in these terms. For example, in our university, being me a professor of law, I'm contributing through the legal clinic in Aleksandër Moisiu University to offer pro bono aid, legal aid to together with Anna and our faculty for the community. So this is a very best practice that we have in terms of inclusion and access to justice. I don't know if there are other good practices from the attendees here that can bring from their universities.
Can I add something? Since we mentioned collaboration, we have just finished our work on 7.2 regarding the success case stories of gender equality diversity, and we have already collected a number of activities which have been successful in each partner university, like Bremen, Hans, and all the other, Bragança, University of Durrës, all the partners, besides that of France Comté, French, the French university, which has not yet sent their GEDI plan. We have compared all other GEDI plans of all partner universities. We have come up with a document which collects all success stories in terms of GEDI, and they are very interesting ones, which would be, I think, useful for your TIG activities, because they are concrete actions which have, let's say, been successful in fulfilling these principles, and we can share that with Dorina today.
Thank you very much. This very good possibility to see good practices in our universities. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's how this alliance actually should work, that we contribute and learn from each other, and that we move forward more in a better and faster way when we do it together. When you presented, Dorina, you were talking a little bit about all the connections to the other thematic groups. For me, it sounds that just your thematic group is a little bit special because it has connections to each and everyone. The possibility or the need to connect to almost all and everyone. Do you see this as an opportunity, or see it because that puts strength and put certain criteria and needs for the TIG compared to other TIGs, perhaps? How do you plan to handle and deal this with all this interaction with all the other thematic groups?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. As I said, we at the beginning, we thought and we think that we are special for all the connections and all the possibilities of collaboration with other TIGs, for all the issues that we have in our key priorities and our objective. Yeah. We began slowly, as I said, with digital transition, and we had some very good discussion in the Bremen meeting with the leaders and co-leaders of the TIGs for the possibility. At the moment, we are inviting all the other TICs for collaboration, and we are open to the initiatives they already have, to join to them or to do something new together and to contribute. Yes, as you said, it's a bit challenging with you have a lot of possibilities and where to focus, but it's some kind even of moments and research projects existing and people that encourage you more in terms of collaboration and write to you and give possibilities. So at the moment we are open for this collaboration, but in the future I see a lot of possibilities for all the teams.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, Ekaterina, you still want to add another one, or is just your raised hand still up?
I have to lower it.
Okay, I just so perhaps you had
Sorry, thank you.
No worries.
So
just if you had another comment or question.
Gunnar, if I can add something in this meeting today, I have a lot of members of the TIG, and I want to thank all of them for all their contribution, for all the very good discussion we have every time, for all the support and all the work done till now, and the way forward that we have in this TIG. So I want to say thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Dorina. The time is coming to a closure. I don't know if there's any other questions or remarks. There's just a few minutes left on the time that we have addressed for the webinar. If not, I will inform you that we continue with the STAR talks as Dorina informed in the presentation. So on the 12th of February at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Wednesday, there will be a next STAR talk, and there will be once a month during the spring. After the summer break, there will perhaps be new and other formats when it comes to the which kind of STAR talks that are to be held when it comes to numbers and length and thematic and so on. But for the spring, it will continue. So there will be information on the webpage. There will be through the newsletter and through our different formats of Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. So please welcome again on the next talk. The theme hasn't been finalized, so there are several options still. So, but it will be on Wednesday, the 12th of February, and I would like to welcome you back then. And at this time, I would like to thank you all for your participation and your interest to this STAR talk today, and your contribution to the area of developing the content of this thematic group. And not least, thank you very much, Dorina, again for your presentation and your explanation of the which kind of statements and directions and what you're planning to do with this TIG. I will eagerly try to follow and try to be included and participants in actions that I could participate in. So thank you all again for this talk today, this webinar, and wishing you a nice day, the rest of the day, and a nice week. Continue with work. So thanks everyone, and see you soon in different ways, in different formats.
Thank you Gunnar. Thank you everyone. Thank you.